Let's be real. By 2026, the gap between businesses that are crushing it with AI and those getting left in the dust is going to be huge. So today, we're unpacking the blueprint to make sure your business is on the right side of that divide. Let's jump in.
Okay, I want to start with just one number, 67%. Now, what do you think that means for small businesses trying to get started with AI? Is it, the success rate? Maybe the amount of money they're saving? Well, the real answer is a lot more sobering.
So that's 67%? Yeah, that's the failure rate for AI projects in small and mid-sized businesses. We're talking almost 7 out of every 10 attempts just fizzle out. But here's the key, and our source material nails it. The tech isn't the problem. The problem is where most companies start.
And that leads us right into our first section, the AI failure trap. Let's break down exactly why so many well-intentioned businesses get stuck here.
This slide right here, this is the whole game. On the left, you've got the wrong way, the tool-first approach. It's all driven by hype, right? You see a slick demo for some shiny new tool and you think, wow, I need that. But the successful path on the right is problem first. It completely flips the script. It starts by asking, what's our biggest, most annoying pain point? And only then do you go looking for a tool to fix it.
So when you dig into it, it really comes down to these 3 main tripwires. Number 1, as we just saw, buying the shiny tool before you even know what problem you're solving. Number 2, picking the wrong problem. Maybe it's way too complex, or you have no way to even measure if it's working. And third, and this one is huge, just springing it on your team without getting them on board. If you can just avoid these 3 traps, you're already way ahead of the curve.
So the big question is, how do you join that successful 33%? Well, that brings us to section 2, the right way to start.
This quote? This is the core philosophy in a nutshell. You've got to forget about all the futuristic hype and the endless possibilities. Real success in AI for your business isn't about chasing what could be, it's about solving the pain you have right now. Find that one bottleneck, that one task that's a total time waster, and you start right there.
So are you actually ready to get going? This simple check will tell you. First off, can you even name 3 repetitive, low-value tasks that just drain your team's energy? Is your data actually organized, or is it a total mess spread across a dozen spreadsheets? Does your team already live in cloud-based software every day? And this is crucial. Do you have one person who can own this project? And finally, are you willing to treat this as a 90-day experiment, not a magic bullet? If you're nodding your head yes to most of these, then congratulations, you're ready to go.
Okay, so if you pass that little readiness check, that's awesome. But you're not going to just flip a switch and change everything overnight. Nope. You're going to run a smart, disciplined experiment. That brings us to our third section, your 90-day pilot plan. This whole framework is designed to be low risk and high learning. The first couple of weeks are all about setup. You pick one problem, one tool, and this is the most important part, you measure how you're doing things now, so you have a baseline. The next month is all about active testing and getting feedback from your team. Then you spend some time refining and optimizing. Finally, in that last 2-week stretch, you measure again. Now you can compare the new results to your old baseline and make a decision based on hard data, not just a gut feeling.
A successful pilot feels great, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to one question, right? Is this thing actually worth the money? So let's talk about calculating your AI payback. It's so easy to see that monthly subscription fee and think, okay, $500 a month, I can swing that. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The number you really need to care about is the total cost of ownership. This includes all the time your team spends on setup, on training, on tweaking things. Budgeting for this full amount right from the start is how you avoid those nasty surprises 3 months down the line.
Now here's the really good news. The payback on these investments can be incredibly fast. These projections for 2026 show just how quickly you can see a real return. I mean, think about it. A chatbot that handles all your routine customer questions could literally pay for itself in just a few months. This isn't some far-off theoretical idea. This is the tangible ROI that makes this whole thing so powerful.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground. The traps to avoid, the right way to start, the 90-day plan, and how to think about the payback. So now, let's boil all of this down to a single powerful action. This is your first step.
Okay, I want you to forget about AI, forget about the tools, forget about everything else for just a moment. Answer this one question for your own business. What is the single, most repetitive, soul-crushing task that's draining your time or money right now? Is it manually processing invoices? Is it writing the same 3 follow-up emails 100 times a day? Really think about it. Get specific.
Because that answer, the one that just popped into your head, that's it. That is your starting point. It's not about finding the best AI tool in the market, it's about finding your biggest pain. You solve for that first, and everything else will follow. That's the blueprint.